Greetings to one and all. I hope you all are doing well. I, Jyoti, welcome you all to RKP online classes. And today we will be studying our poem of our Unit 8 of our Beehive book. And the title of our poem is On Killing a Tree. So we will study this poem today. Now everyone can see the title, and you can also notice that the letter A, which is working as a determiner, or you can also say an article, has not been capitalized over here. I have already told you in the previous videos that in the title, if it is at the beginning of the title, then we can capitalize it. But if we are getting a preposition, a conjunction or a determiner in our title, and that too not at the initial place, but in the middle it is, then we will not capitalize it. Clear? So on is a preposition, but as we know it is at the initial stage, so we will have to capitalize it. I hope it is clear. So our poem is written by Beehive. Now as the name suggests, Patel. Everyone can relate to the surname. So he is an Indian. So he is a poet. He is also a playwright, and he is among a group of poets, or we can say he is among a group of members who are related to Green movement. They are associated with Green movement. They work in support of Green movement. Now as the word green in itself suggests, it is related to greenery, and what is composed in greenery, what all consists of, what all comes together to make greenery, that is our trees. So we can clearly make out from here is that the poem is related to environment. It is in some way related to green movement as well. So we will be studying about our poem. So everyone open your books at page number 110. Page number 110 of your book, Beehive. We have the title on the top, On Killing a Tree. Before we move further, let's have a look to the introduction that has been provided at the beginning of the poem. So it says, you must have observed people cutting down trees, but can they kill a tree? Now, almost every one of us must have noticed that people cut trees. There are several reasons. Forests are also being cut down, and the reason is our increasing population. And directly and indirectly it is related to the increasing population, be it in meeting the demands of fuel. We need wood as a fuel. We also need wood. We need trees for making paper as well. Similarly, trees work as raw material in many things. And also, if they are not used for making something, we cut down trees to clear the land. And the reason to clear the land is that people shift on that land. They start living there. And it has a great impact on the environment that used to be at that place. It can be of the habitat as well, because a tree is a home to many birds. It can be a home to animals as well. The animals which are living under it or in its trunk, or the birds which are taking shelter on the branches of the trees. So we destroy many things when a tree is killed. Now the poet is saying, but can they kill a tree? Is it that easy to kill a tree that anyone can just go and kill a tree? Is killing that very simple? Is it easy to do so? Is it easy? What is easy? Is killing a tree or is cutting a tree that easy? Let's read the poem and find out what the poet says on killing a tree. That means in this poem we'll be reading the views of the poet. What the poet has to say when it comes to killing a tree. So I hope everyone is ready. So let's start with the first stanza. So here we have our first stanza of our poem, and let's see what it has for us. So let's read it once. It takes much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of knife will do it. It has grown, slowly consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, out of its leprous height, sprouting leaves. In the very beginning, as we can notice, is that the poet is making a statement, and the statement made by the poet is that it takes much time to kill a tree. The very first statement, he declares that it is not that easy to kill a tree. It will take a lot of time, a lot of efforts on your part to do so. Not a simple jab of knife. He's saying that not jab. What does jab mean? Means roughly if you are attacking someone with a sharp object. When you are hitting that thing with that knife or with that X here it is AXE. It is used for cutting trees. So if you are just attacking it roughly with a knife, it won't help. Because if we talk about a tree, it is huge in size and it takes time to grow that large. Like if I talk to you about something, like everyone must have noticed a potter making pots. Potter makes pots and he heats them. He provides them heat so that they can become stronger. So that action also takes lot of efforts, lot of time. But if any pot or if any utensil of mud made by that potter, if you will take that and if you will press it hardly, even it will break because it has not grown stronger. It was just made few time ago. Clear? But if something has grown stronger with time, everyone grows stronger with time as they survive many attacks of different things. And when we survive something, we grow stronger after that survival. Clear? Similarly, if I say to you that if you are having a small sapling, a plant, if you are having that has just started to bloom or that is just sprouting out of the embryo. It is just coming out of the leaves, out of the seeds, sorry. It would be really very easy for you to kill that plant, to break it into parts. It will be really easy for you. But if that very plant consumes the energy from the environment and if it grows stronger, it will take a lot of time on your part to kill that thing or to destroy that thing. I hope things are clear to one and all. Let's move further. Will do it. It has grown. He's saying that not a simple jab of knife will do it. Simple. If you are taking just a small knife and you are hitting that huge tree, it won't help. It will not do it. It will not result into anything. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth. Now, slowly growing is a process. It takes time. Like if we see ourselves when we were kids, then after 1 year, then slowly and gradually we learned many things. We grew in size. Our body shapes changed. Means these things take a lot of time. Similarly, the poet is telling us that the tree has grown and the process was really slow. Means it took time. It was not something that occurred in just hurry or its speed was huge. It was not so. The process took the time it would have taken in any other case. Consuming the earth. Now, consuming means to utilize. Clear? Consuming means to utilize. But how did the tree utilize the earth? Because we don't see that the earth around the tree has vanished somewhere as if he is eating it. If the tree is eating it, it is not so. So how is the tree consuming the earth? Let's see how he is telling us. Rising out of it. How he is consuming the earth? As we all know, here if we have, this is suppose our earth, the roots will go deeper. The roots will go deeper. For what? For search of water. But if this very earth is not there, the roots of the tree will not get anything to hold. How does a tree stand strong? It will only stand strong if its roots are that strong. If its roots are weak, if its roots are not strong enough, the tree will fall whenever a storm will come or whenever anyone will hit it. So to stand strong, the roots need to have the grab of the earth. The stronger it will hold the earth, the stronger the tree will stand, and it can survive different things. The other thing, from earth, what does the roots of the trees get? They get water. Below earth, what do we find? We find underground water, and that water is used by the trees to make their food. I hope everyone is aware of the process of photosynthesis. How is food made by the leaves of the plant and how it is distributed to all the parts of the plant. Next we have feeding. How is it feeding? It is consuming the water of the earth. It is also consuming the sunlight. It is taking carbon dioxide, and they are together, all these things are together making food in the leaves, and then it is spread out to all the parts of the plant. Upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water. Now upon its crust, everyone must be knowing, you must have studied the structure. If we talk about earth, we get 3 layers. The first layer that we get is core. The second layer that we get is mantle. And the third layer that we get is crust. So it is the layer of the crust that we are living on, because it's core. The deeper you will go inside the earth, then only you will be able to come across mantle and core. And it's not that easy, because the deeper you go, the hotter it becomes. Clear? So here we are told that we are living on the crust. Similarly, the plant is also standing upon the crust. The tree is also standing upon the crust, and it is feeding on it. It is consuming the water. It is consuming the underground water. Years of sunlight, air and water. These things are used in making food by the plant. In making of food, these are used. And the process is the process that uses sunlight, air and water. In air, we will count CO2, because CO2 is used by plants. CO2 is carbon dioxide. So these things are used by the plant, and they use, in the leaves we find chlorophyll, and chlorophyll makes the food for the plant. So the leaves absorb sunlight, it also absorbs CO2, and the roots transfer water to the leaves so that the food can be prepared. So the poet is telling us that this process has taken place for years. It's not that easy, because the tree has been surviving several blows. So it has grown stronger with time. And out of its leprous hide. Now here, what does leprous hide means? Everyone can relate this word leprous to leprosy. It is a type of skin disease when we get white patches of skin, white patches on our skin. That is called leprosy. So here it is, the poet is telling us that this leprous hide is used for the bark of the tree. It is used for the bark of the tree. Now, what is bark of the tree? Everyone must be knowing that the stem part, there are 2 parts, root and shoot. The shoot part makes up the above portion of the tree. What we call stem, this part from where the branches rise. This stem is also called trunk. It is also called trunk. And on this trunk we find a brownish hard covering. If we can even remove that, and that covering is called bark. It is called bark and it is uncolored. It doesn't have any specific color. It seems very dull. Clear? So this bark saves the trunk from the outer attacks, be it of anything, be it the attacks made by the humans, or be it the attacks of the environment or of the nature. So this bark does the purpose of saving the trunk and hence saving the tree from injuries. I hope it is clear. So as it is saving, as the trunk is hiding under the bark, the trunk is hiding under the bark. For that purpose the word hide is used, and as it seems that discoloring is the disease which causes discoloring is called leprosy. So it is called here leprous hide, as the bark hides the trunk and it is discolored. It is discolored. I hope it is clear to each and every one. Next we have sprouting leaves. Leaves are every time we get fresh leaves on the tree. As the leaves get older, the tree sheds the leaves, and after shedding of the leaves, the tree gets new leaves. Here I have used the word shedding. When the tree leaves its leaves. I hope it is clear. And the season in which all the trees leave their leaves, it is autumn season. Clear? I hope the first stanza is clear to everyone. Now let's check out the rhyming scheme of this stanza. I'll clear the board for some time. So let's check out the rhyming scheme over here. If it comes to rhyming scheme, just notice tree, knife, no rhyming, ground, earth, no rhyming again, feeding, absorbing. Here we can get a rhyming, water, hide, again no rhyming, and again we have leaves. So we are not having any specific rhyming scheme in this stanza, or we can say in this poem. So we can say it is free verse. Means no specific rhyming scheme. No specific rhyming scheme. So the poem can be called to be written in free verse. No specific pattern of the rhyming scheme has been followed by the poet. Next, if we look at alliteration, it would be difficult to find it in this stanza. There is no alliteration. Here we had leprous hide, and I told you how we related it. The word hide was used for bark. It was acting as hide for the trunk, and leprous was used for its discoloring. So it is a metaphor used for the bark of the tree. So we have metaphor in this stanza. I hope it is clear to everyone. The stanza or the poem is written in free verse, and we get a poetic device in the stanza, and that is metaphor. It is used for leprous hide. I hope stanza 1 is clear to each and everyone. Great. So let's move on to our second stanza.